Hello, and welcome to a presentation on the Watson theory. This presentation was researched and put together by Ogoma Okwon, John Shaw, and myself, Krista Waite. A little bit about Dr. Jean Watson. Jean Watson is a nurse, an educator, a leader, a researcher, a scholar, and a carer. A renowned leader in the field of nursing who is known worldwide for developing the theory of human caring. Throughout her career, Watson has practiced as a nurse, educated countless students in nursing school, and influenced nursing practice significantly. She believes in holistic care, human dignity, and emphasizes the nurse-patient relationship and caring. Nursing today is better because of her work. Watson credits some of her life's work to profound personal losses, including the death of her husband and the loss of sight in one eye from a tragic accident. The quote on this slide references that sentiment. One of the gifts through the suffering was the privilege of experiencing and receiving my own theory through the care from my husband and loving nurse friends and colleagues. This is a timeline of Jean Watson's life. She was born in Welch, Virginia on June 10, 1940, and was the youngest of 8 children. In the 60s, she earned her nursing diploma from the Lewis Gale School of Nursing in Roanoke, Virginia, and went on to earn her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing and Master's of Science in Psychiatric and Mental Health Nursing from the University of Colorado. In the 70s, she didn't stray from the University of Colorado and became a professor at the College of Nursing there. 75 to 79, she developed her theory of human caring and published her first book entitled Nursing, the Philosophy of Science and Caring in 1979. In the 80s, she was appointed as Dean of the University of Colorado School of Nursing. And in 86, she founded the Center for Human Caring and served as its director, also at the University of Colorado. In the 90s, her service did not end. She became the president of the International Association for Human Caring and elected president of the National League of Nursing. In 1997, she lost sight in her left eye following a significant injury, and that trauma was compounded by the death of her husband in 1998 when Douglas died. He was her biggest supporter and her best friend. In the 2000s, Watson's continued to serve and to educate and to train. She opened the Watson Caring Institute to further her mission of educating and training practitioners on her theory. In 2012, she officially retired from the University of Colorado and became a Dean Emerita and a Distinguished Professor Emerita. But despite being officially retired, she continues to travel, teach, and support international projects in the caring sciences. Theory, definition, and key concept. Jean Watson describes a transpersonal caring relationship, a special kind of human caring relationship. Her theory of transpersonal caring provides a framework that can define caring as a moral ideal that involves the full engagement of mind, body, and soul with another person. Her theory emphasizes how important it is to acknowledge and honor the spiritual beliefs of our patients and their families, as they are critical and crucial components of health. By adopting this model, we as nurses are encouraged to deliver holistic, compassionate care that respects every aspect of a patient's well-being. The implications to nursing of this theory are limitless, in all honesty, but a few main points we decided on are these. Guidance for building trust, and we as nurses know that our nurse-patient relationships have to begin on the basis of trust. The theory also focuses on protection of human dignity and respect for patient autonomy. It gives us a framework for practice and helps us to learn about creating caring environments and maintains that caring is the essence of nursing. Critique of the theory. For the critique section, we examined how Watson's theory looks or how it holds up when we look at it closely. First, for clarity. The core message is clear. Authentic caring between a nurse and patient promotes the healing of the whole person. And at this surface level, most nurses can probably relate to the statement. However, things get a little abstract after that. Terms like transpersonal caring, existential phenomenological forces, and Caritas processes often make this model feel like we're having to learn another language. Allie Good's 2023 textbook notes that the concepts are well defined in her later writings, but they can still feel highly philosophical, which is why we scored clarity for this theory at a medium. Simplicity we scored at a low. It is not simple and is very lofty. It has a 10 Caritas processes plus caring relationships and caring moments. The theory is not a quick checklist for a bedside nurse. It requires some deep philosophical understanding of its many complex attributes to fully implement it as Watson intended. For generality, we did score this on the high end because it is applicable to all nursing situations. It's very general in nature, and it can be applicable to every patient population as well. It focuses on human connection rather than one disease or setting. Accessibility. We scored this high. The overarching themes can be applied by any nurse. Researchers have studied caring behaviors, and they've created tools to measure them. Qualitative studies fit the theory well. However, the deeper, more spiritual elements are harder to quantify with traditional numbers, and nurses must be reflective and present. Importance. We gave this the highest score of a max on our little scale. Watson's work is highly important. Before her theory, nursing was viewed as a set of tasks at times, merely following doctor's orders, and Watson helped bring the focus back to the relationship and the human spirit. Her ideals are popular in nursing schools, magnet programs, and caring science institutes across the country and around the world. Limitations. We gave this low. In our current nursing experience, it's hard to slow down and create deep, caring moments that Watson describes. The theory gives powerful philosophical views, but few concrete step-by-step actions for nurses under pressure that we face every day in getting all of our tasks done and taking care of a large caseload depending on the setting that you're in. It also assumes that nurses have the emotional energy and staffing support to be fully present with their patients. Unfortunately, our current nursing culture is not conducive for allowing full implementation of Watson's theory to be fully realized at the bedside, at least in most nurse settings. These are some references that we used when putting together this presentation, and I hope that you have enjoyed this few minutes that I've taken from you and learned a little bit about Joan Watson and her theory of human caring. Have a lovely day.